1027, and we're here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. I just heard someone say there was a dolphin sighting, so hopefully that's true. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning. Let me know if you have questions for me. I don't know if you got a chance, but I shared a really quick short video a few minutes ago. I had to walk to the beach today, not planning on doing that. The traffic was so ridiculously bad to get into the beach that, so where the beach is, there's a bridge that goes over like intercoastal water. And on the other side of that bridge, there is a parking area for the beach. So it's, I don't know, it's over a half-mile walk. And as I was approaching the bridge, I was like, this traffic is bad and it's not moving. What am I gonna do? And so I thought about staying in the traffic. Good thing I didn't, because it literally took me, and I was leaving early because I wanted to do something else at the beach before I went live for the show, and it took me the entire 30 minutes to walk here. And thank goodness for Dolly and all the other stuff, but yeah, it took me the entire 30 minutes to walk here. And oh, there must be a dolphin. There's people looking. Let's turn the camera around and find that dolphin. So there's seems to be a dolphin sighting over here, so let's see if we can find it. That's a person swimming out there, a man, but I think there's going to be a dolphin too. Oh, I can see there's some movement in the water right over here. He's coming this way, I think. I think he's fishing. Can you see the fast movement in the water like over there? Let's be patient for a minute because it'd be really cool if he comes up. I think I'm right though. That wasn't like water movement, that was animal movement under the water. There he is. Did you see him? He's just to the right of where I said I saw the movement. There he is. You see him over there? Can you see? Hopefully you guys saw that. I like trying to give you a reference point because I know it's a lot. Zooming in won't do any good because I don't know where he's going. Thanks, Yana. There he is over there. All right, so he's going north. Zooming the camera in only works if you know where something's going to be, but because I don't know what he's doing under the water, zooming in wouldn't necessarily be successful while we're live. But great suggestion when it does. Great. I'm glad you guys saw him. Wonderful. Okay. So, that was a fun surprise this morning. It's always a fun surprise when we can see a dolphin first thing. So, sorry I missed everybody's names. Glad you're all here though. You guys see him? I think it looked like it was only one today. Thank you to whoever complimented me on my hair. I blow dried it this morning. It's amazing how different your hair can look when you blow dry it versus putting it up all the time. I did see a video for making a fake fishtail braid today, and I'm really excited to try it. I do have a ponytail on my finger. We'll see if I get adventurous and try it live or not. I'm not very good at fishtail braids, so a faux fishtail braid sounds fun. Yeah, good morning to everybody we missed while we were watching the dolphin. Exactly. Well, welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1027, and we're live in Southwest Florida. Finally made it here. Crazy how all that went down this morning. Like the people standing in line, I would have been in the same spot I was 30 minutes ago. I'm so glad that I thought to grab my stuff and walk. Yeah, I like the sign too. The only thing is I feel like I'm getting more attention because of the sign than before the sign, but that's okay. It's at least everybody knows what's going on. It doesn't matter to me. I think some people just give me more attention because of it. I thought it was going to maybe explain what I was doing, but we'll see. Anyway, it's good. You wouldn't believe some of the amazing conversations I have with people after the show anyway, so maybe I'll just get more fun conversations too. All right. So I brought a bunch of things to show you this morning, but I'm also wearing some fun things too, so we can talk about those. I'm wearing the demi sleeves on an Amazon dress, but you can put these sleeves on anything. You could upcycle anything, anything with this pattern. I put it on a tank top style dress, and they are half circle, so they work like a half circle shawl. That's how you make them. And I'm wearing a necklace that I made too. Yeah, this is the Chanel necklace, and super easy pattern also. And I designed the necklace to look like it had beads, but it does not have beads strung on it. I used a type of a bobble stitch that looks like a bead on the yarn, so how easy is that? And did it in 4 tiers. And what's nice about making necklaces are a lot easier than bracelets in a way, because the sizing is so much more forgiving. You need it to be, so the similarities between making bracelets and necklaces is that they need to go over the widest point, right? So as long as your necklace is wide enough to go over your head, this is assuming you're not doing clasps, which sometimes can be, sometimes we don't want to do that either, we just want it to be simple. Once it goes over your head, you don't have to worry about it coming back off, whereas on a wrist, in order to go over that widest point to come down here, because of how you use your hands and moving and everything, it can still fall back off because of being wide enough for that wide point. So it gets a little trickier in making bracelets, especially if you're looking to give them as gifts or give them as, or sell them. Sizing becomes a little more of an issue, whereas necklaces, more like hats. As long as you can get it over the widest circumference of your head, they just stay on after that. And yes, in light stuff, making stuff out of yarn for jewelry, it has lots of benefits also, like Julie just pointed out, just like in the earrings where we don't like them to pull on our earring holes. You don't want some, if you don't like heavy things on the back of your neck, you won't even feel this kind of necklace on. It also won't tangle in your hair at the nape of your neck like a chain. Like, I'm not saying all jewelry is bad and only yarn is good. I'm just pointing out that if there are things that limit your use of regular traditional jewelry, this might give you the ability to wear jewelry that you may have stopped wearing for whatever sensitivity issues you have. Does that make sense? I'm going to pause and see if there's any questions about that before moving on. Yes, and the beauty of handmade is the uniqueness, the one-of-a-kind aspect, putting your creative touches, putting your thoughts and intentions into every stitch. There's so many reasons why handmade is special. And like I said, I'm not dissing metal jewelry at all. I'm just pointing out some of the benefits of yarn jewelry. That's all. And low labor cost items. So once again, great things for selling. Anytime you can keep your labor costs low, you have the ability to make more, retain more money when you're selling things. Okay, so back to the sleeves. One of the things I get asked all the time about the sleeves is how could I make them longer? And it actually is something very simple to do. You could repeat, so because it's a top-down half circle shape, we start up here small and then it grows as we work our rows. If you've done a top-down half circle shawl before, you'll know what I mean. In these final rows, there is no more shaping. So as it grows, let's see, let me get the right shape here. So as it grows with the shaping, once you stop doing that shaping, it turns 3D, kind of like, okay, so kind of like when you're making a hat or you're making a bowl, you do the increases for the base, or a hat as well, you do the increases for the crown, and then when you work even, you get walls. Well, with a sleeve like this, if you start working even in rows from this point down, it won't grow and be more voluminous, it'll just grow in length. So it'll start doing this. And so if you wanted to make this longer, you would want to just repeat that last row to just create more length, and you wouldn't want to add any more increases because then it would just become more voluminous. Does that make sense? Because I know the conceptual stuff is kind of hard, especially when I'm wearing something, but I want to make sure that you understand. I'm looking right into the sun. Let's see. think I'm still looking right into the sun. And I thought that the screen was going to stay protected from this building, but it's not. I don't know, I didn't see the question. And another thing is, I still can't see. Let's see, we'll go this way. Maybe that's just a little bit better. Okay, so now I did the sleeves on a brand new dress, right? I bought a dress on Amazon, picked a color of yarn to go with the dress, and did the sleeves in that order. But this is absolutely something that you could use for upcycling older things too. It doesn't have to be just for decorating something new. What if there's a dress in your closet that you would like to wear but you don't want to show your arms? Great, you can get new life in old things too. Or maybe you're someone that likes thrift store shopping and you find something you like. You could do that as well. So go shopping in your own closet. Go shopping anywhere. You can go shopping anywhere, you know, and you can put new life into old things by making these handmade additions. It's a great way to get new life and new love out of old things. What else? Could be on a top. It does not have to be on a dress. You could put these sleeves on anything. You could put them on something dressy. You could put them on something casual. You could style them in a lot of ways. So, okay. Not one t-shirt that would look good without some. Okay, so I've got lots of other crochet on fabric patterns as well. This one happens to be for sleeves, but I've done it at the base of a t-shirt. So if you're looking for something that's just to make your t-shirt longer, I've done things like that. All sorts of different types of crochet on fabric patterns, and you can find them on my website. If you go to the crochet pattern section, you can actually filter for the specific genre, or not genre, category of crochet on fabric. And if you do that, then you can see all the different patterns that I've done where I've embellished fabric with crochet and knitting. I've done it in knitting too. You can find that in the knitting pattern section. I was just saying that, Pamela, I have t-shirt patterns on my website where I show you how to increase the length. I do have some already, and you can take, and I've also show a variety of ways to get started. So whether you have a sharp, tiny crochet hook and you literally pierce the fabric with your crochet hook, or you can make a simple stitch with a yarn needle and yarn to create a stitch to work your crochet stitches. You can do it that way, or you can make your crochet separately and sew it onto the fabric. So when you look at all of these patterns, and I have a playlist of videos here on YouTube also called Crochet on Fabric, you'll see that there are a variety of ways to even begin and a variety of ways to attach to the fabric. It depends on the fabric, it depends on the thickness of your yarn, depends on quite a few things which technique will work for you, but I've got lots of techniques. So you have lots of, if you haven't delved into crochet on fabric before, I've got a lot for you to look at. And I'm excited for anybody that's interested in it that hasn't seen it yet. Like, I got a lot of good stuff to show you. Does anybody have any other questions? Sure. No problem.
I'm thinking of doing my own, so I'm going to take a tip or two.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What are you going to talk about?
I'm an artist, so it would be like music and
That's wonderful. You should absolutely do it. You want to say hi?
No, that's okay. But
Okay.
I'm just going to check you out. This is really cool.
All right. No problem. Yeah, thank you. The traffic was a challenge this morning. I normally drive into Wiggins Pass, but I parked on the other side and just drove my wagon, or rode my wagon, not rode my wagon.
It's amazing how much traffic there's been.
This is the worst I've seen at 8:30 in the morning, though. Oh, every day. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's the worst. This is the worst year for traffic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. My website is my name, and that's the name of my show on my YouTube channel.
Okay, so YouTube. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
look it up. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Nice to meet you. He's not the first person that stopped to say hi either. All right. What I miss, guys? Did I miss anything? All right. I did not miss anything. Okay. But yeah, if you have extra questions about crochet on fabric, please feel welcome to ask. I've got lots of information on it. It's something that I love. And as I've been organizing and purging and doing all the things that I'm doing to downsize, I've been through my closet completely now, which, boy, that was brutal. Oh my goodness. But I have taken the clothes that I want to wear the clothes that I want to wear, that I want to keep on the RV, have gone into the RV. The clothes that are going to consignment have gone. The clothes that are going to donation are gone. What else? Oh, that's the clothes that are going to storage are gone. So I'm getting more organized and feeling really spread thin though. And the reason I'm telling you this is because as I've been so I took like winter coats and put them in a wardrobe box in the storage unit. I did that yesterday. And so and I had a really hard time figuring out what to do with all of the shirts that I wear on Knit and Crochet now. So like each season I buy 5 or 6 blouses that are more, that are really good for TV and really complimentary to the set and abide by the rules of the producers of the show, you know, all that good stuff. And they're not things that I wear in my everyday life. And I can't really wear them on more than one season, so it kind of makes me feel a little bit guilty about what to do with them. So guess where I put them? I put them in the bin of future crochet on fabric projects. So I've been organizing the bins in the storage unit, not only based on sentimental items that just need to go in there, like old photo albums and things like that, and books that I truly love and don't want to get rid of. Like there's sentimental things that went all the way to the back wall, but there's different levels of priority in there based on what I want access to, and I am being really organized about what type of project. So I've got a section for fabric for when we do sewing projects again. I've got a bin for crochet on fabric. I've got a bin of unpublished designs, and I've got bins of designs that I want to wear again on the show or promote or talk about how the designs and things like that. And in addition to that, I just opened an Etsy shop. So now that I'm focusing more on patterns, I'm offering my patterns in more places so that wherever someone prefers to buy their things, they can. So getting all of my patterns updated on Ravelry and Etsy. And as I've been doing the Etsy one, they're asking for a 15-second video on each pattern that you upload. And I'm like, I don't have that. So it means that I've got all of these projects that I want to have a video for. They've all gone in bins as well. So not doing any more sample sales until I can at least get through making these 15-second videos for all of the existing ones that I have. Then at that point, I may end up letting go of more samples, because at the moment it's 4 bins in itself. So, and then there's 2 bins of unpublished designs. And like I said, I went on a tangent, didn't I? Anyway, so those blouses have gone into the future upcycle projects, because I am really, really excited to talk with you and hopefully inspire you to as well, to find ways to put more love into old things. So whether it's because you love to thrift, or because you don't want to get rid of the clothes in your closet, or you just want to upcycle. It's a fun thing to do, and it's a fun way to be creative and at the same time not spend so much time making full garments. I think it's just going to be fun all the way around to try. Maybe we'll love it, maybe we'll love some, maybe we won't love all, but I think it's a fun thing to do. So anyway, those blouses have gone in there. Remember the other day we were talking about the fact that I thought it might be fun to make the shell of a garment and sew on pretty blousey sleeves? That's one of the thoughts that I had. Or removing the sleeves and putting on crochet or knit lace sleeves on a silky blouse. I think it might be really pretty. What do you guys think? You excited about that? Oh, another thing, how about something doesn't fit you anymore? What if it's too big for you now or too small for you now? That's another way that crochet and knitting and upcycling can bring more life into old things. All right, good. I'm so glad you guys are excited too. Oh, and as I was, finding all sorts of things now that I'm pulling everything apart to sort and purge and store and pack, all that's good stuff. I found some cute things. So when I wrote 80 Handmade Gifts, there was a chapter, there are several chapters in the book. There's a chapter on all gifts, obviously, but there was knitting, crochet, food gifts, sewing gifts, and miscellaneous gifts, and paper craft gifts, and all sorts of really fun things. And if you haven't seen the book, I highly recommend checking it out, at least on my website. If you do have it, I know lots of you really love the book. I'm super proud of it. But I found some of the sewing projects that I did for the book, and I wanted to show them to you this morning. This one I think I might even be able to take on the RV because it's a basket. I made it with 2 bandanas and put some stabilizing fabric and some padding inside so that it's thicker. But see how that holds up really? It's like the size of a shoebox, I guess. It has a flat bottom. Isn't that a beautiful little gift? I think it's so adorable. And I have had kitties go in here and there. I remember when Becker was in love with this for a little while. I don't recall if Bjorn has used it before, but I thought it might be really great for storing towels or something on the RV. So I'm gonna see which cabinet it will fit into, but I think it's super cute and I'm so glad I found it, and I'm so glad I'm gonna get to use it again. The other thing that I found that I'm super excited about is this one. This one has all sorts of storage in there for knitting needles or crochet hooks, and even a notions section in here so I could put my yarn needles and scissors in there. And this one rolls up. I have a couple like this. You could put cords in here as well. I might even store cords in there, and it has some yarn for tying it. That's super cute. That's coming with me. And then I found these pouches in here. These are all patterns in the book. This one is a little pouch that closes with a little piece of Velcro, and it's lined, 2 different fabrics. Then I also had some zipper pouches in the book, and these are all lined as well, so you can see patterns for making all of these. So cute, right? And I think they'll all be really useful. I think the little zipper pouches I can even put in my purse. Yes, these are my fabrics. Yes, remember when I was designing fabrics for, well, I started designing them for that quilt company. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Anyway, after I did that, then I released my fabrics on Spoonflower. You can find all of these fabrics on Spoonflower, actually. This was called the Day of the Dragonfly collection. And there were there's a sugar skull print, then there's a bunch of floral prints and some mandala prints, and then some floral and dragonfly prints. And such pretty colors too. It's a really fun quilting fabric collection, but I think you could use these fabrics for all sorts of things. And especially with Spoonflower, you're not limited to just cotton that you would use in quilting. They'll print my designs on any fabric. So you could do canvas for making tote bags. You could do silk chiffon for making a blouse or a dress. Like, you could do all sorts of things. Yes, baskets are very popular on RVs. That is true. Thanks, Judy, for posting the link to Spoonflower. I appreciate it. You can find links to all things like that on my website, too. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you those this morning since I found them. It's fun looking up blasts from the past. Some of you recognize this stuff, and maybe it's new to some of you, too. So maybe it might entice you to pull out your sewing machine again. Thank you, Rita. And thank you everybody for your suggestions yesterday on anxiety stuff for Bjorn. I did find 2 things on Amazon and ordered them, and they'll be here today. And what else? I could put what on my website, Wendy? I don't know what you're suggesting. So I will let you know what happens when I yeah, you can add handles to anything. I have lots of bag patterns. Whether you're looking for sewing patterns, you can find my sewing pattern books in sewing patterns in 80 Handmade Gifts. On the knitting and crochet patterns you can find on my website, but I have lots of bag patterns. Very true. Yep, you could add handles on the tote bags too. Wendy, are you saying I should add the sewing patterns individually on my website? I'm not sure what you're suggesting, because I'm not selling physical products other than books on my website anymore. Joan has one of the floral bags that I designed. Wonderful. All right, screen's gone dark. Let's see, let's try over here. Is that better? Not really. Not really, it's gone dark. It's really hot here, so. All right, well, we might have to wrap things up then, because I cannot see very well at all. Well, we might as well pull out a quote then. This is Create, Share, Inspire Notebook, Volume 1, Issue 3. Let's randomly pick a quote that we haven't read recently. Okay, I pulled one that we read recently, so I went to the next page, so that's about as random as I can do today. All right, this is by Heraclitus. Man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play. That's a funny one. Oh, you know what? Because it's so true, though. You can get more done with positivity than negativity. You can get more done with enthusiasm than procrastination. There's any time you can add more excitement or enthusiasm into what you're doing, you do a better job. No question. I'm somebody that firmly believes in high enthusiasm, if you didn't already know. But that's just the way I'm built. So I couldn't agree with this more. But I'm thinking about productivity and your, how you project yourself to the world. But I do believe that this is also true in the fact that it says that you're more your authentic self when you're enthusiastic as well, which I do believe that is true also. So let's read it again, because there's some meat in here. There's a lot to think about. There are lots of ways you could interpret this. So thank you to Heraclitus. We like food for thought, don't we? Man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play. I love it. Yes. We are most like ourselves when we are having fun and we are enthusiastic, no question. All right, well, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the dolphin sighting, my show and tells, chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Make some time for self-care if you can. I promise to try as well. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.